Are you stressing out about the CPC exam? You don't know, where can I take it? What do I bring? How many questions is it? Well, today I'm going to break down your top questions about the CPC exam. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hey everyone, I'm Victoria. I'm a medical coder, auditor, educator, and content creator. And on my channel, I provide tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you be successful in a medical coding career. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can get alerts when I post new episodes. And today we are covering a very highly requested topic, all of your top questions about the CPC exam. Today's video is sponsored by SelectCoder. SelectCoder is an online coding resource that provides all the decision-making information you need to quickly code accurate claims the first time. It is powered by guidance from CMS, the AMA, and HCPCS subject matter experts, so you'll receive important things like Part B news, coding pink sheet articles, and thousands of coding and billing tips. You can search for modifiers, ICD-10 codes, CPT codes, HCPCS codes, and it's in a really simple and easy to use search tool. With robust features like the CCI validation tool and LCD and NCD policy information at code level, SelectCoder really streamlines your coding workflow. The CCI validation tool reveals clear bundling conflicts with instructions on how to apply code-specific modifiers to avoid denials. And then the NCD and LCD policies enable you to verify medical necessity with most current Part A, Part B, and DME coverage rules based on your location. The extracted code lists and quick links to the CMS website will make your coding a lot more efficient. Plus, SelectCoder has an E&M audit tool that lets you compare time-based and medical decision-making coding selections for office and outpatient visits in one swift process. The results for both selections are calculated side by side so you can see how quickly you can best report your claims. And it has a really easy to use single page layout so you can find everything you need without getting distracted by a million clicks. And if you are looking for CEUs, you can earn up to 24 AAPC CEUs with Decision Health's monthly quizzes and articles. If you want to give SelectCoder a try, you can get a 14-day free trial by going to decisionhealth.com/SelectCoderFT for a free trial. I will also link it in the description below. So let's start with the CPC exam. First question is, how long do you get for the CPC exam? Currently, at the date of this recording, it is 100 multiple choice questions and you have 4 hours. Now, this has changed a lot over the years. It used to be 5 hours and 30 minutes and 5 hours and 40 minutes, and it was 150 questions and 100. But for the end of 2023, at least, it's 100 multiple choice questions. That might be changing in 2024, which brings me to question number 2, which is what types of questions are on the CPC exam. So I'm going to give you the full breakdown in the video description. There's a couple of questions from almost every section of CPT, and then there's a handful of ICD-10 code questions, a couple of HCPCS, a couple of med term, and I will link the full breakdown of everything below. But as far as question types, most of them are multiple choice. What is happening right now is the AAPC is testing to see if in 2024 they can add fill-in-the-blank questions, because obviously they don't want to add a whole bunch of fill-in-the-blank questions and then nobody passes the exam, because that doesn't do well for anyone. We want to make sure that this is a fair assessment of your skills as a medical coder, and is fill-in-the-blank going to be a part of that in the future? Likely so. And honestly, it has been for years with the AHIMA exam, and the inpatient coding exam for the AAPC actually does have fill-in-the-blank questions. So as far as breakdown and how many for 2024, that still remains to be seen. So stay tuned to this channel. Do not forget to subscribe so that you get those notifications when we have the updates. Now, as far as where you can take the exam through the end of 2023, you can take it in person at a local chapter if they're still offering one near you, with pencil and paper, or you can take it live remote proctor, meaning you have your desk cleared of everything except for your books and a drink, and someone watches you on camera while you take the exam, and they have to sweep the whole room and make sure that no one's in feeding you answers, you don't have any bugs in your ears, there's nothing under the desk. So it's a very strict process. You have to make sure that your camera is positioned appropriately so they can see that you're not flipping cheat notes underneath your keyboard or anything. And then in 2024, there's actually going to be a 2-week exam blackout where the AAPC will not be offering any exams from January 1 through January 14 while they update, because they're going to be moving to exam exam centers. The exam centers are hosted by Mazure, so if you go into Google and type in Mazure Exam Centers, MEAZURE, you will be able to find the listing of all the exam centers that are near you. So then starting January 15th, everything will be either live remote proctor or you can go and take it at a computer at a testing center. There's been a lot of confusion that there's going to be no more in-person exams. There will still be in-person exams. They will be at exam centers. There's just going to be no more paper pencil exams. Now, of course, when you get to the exams, what can you bring? So for either the online or the in-person, you're going to need your 3 code books: ICD-10-CM, current year or the prior calendar year, CPT, and HCPCS. So it has to be current calendar year or prior calendar year. You can't use future calendar year. You wouldn't want to, because the exams for all of the AAPC change based off of calendar year. So even though we have those ICD-10-CM codes that update in October, you can't use that new book until January of that next year. And you are allowed to write in your books. You can highlight, you can notate. There are specifications about what you cannot do. You can't put in like a tab or a post-it note in your book that is intended to supplement information. You can't write your study guide or practice questions in your book, or long passages of text where you're effectively writing in another book into your book. But any kind of like colorization or notations you want to make is fine. And you can notate your online ebooks as well. Now, the ebooks can't be used for the exam in 2023. That again also might be something they're going to change though in 2024. As far as what you're allowed to bring to the exam, what we're going to see in 2024 is basically probably your books and a drink, and that's it. No calculators, paper, pencils, scratch paper. I imagine the exam centers are going to be more strict than some of the leniencies we've seen, and I think some of the leniencies have been accidental, perhaps, leniencies in the past when they're hosted by the local chapters. I also think we're also going to lose some of the little niceties that we've seen in local chapters, where sometimes the chapters would want to encourage the examinees to come back to the local chapter for their continuing ed credits. So they'd give them, you know, candies or little drinks or snacks or cards or what have you. Now, as far as passing the CPC exam, you need a 70% overall to pass the CPC exam. So even if you get all of your midterm questions or all your HCPCS questions wrong, you can still pass the exam with a 70% overall. Now, it is graded, so say you're taking it at the exam center, it's not going to hit the point where you get 70% and just go, congratulations, you've passed. You still have to go through all of the questions so it can give you a grade. There is actually a Magna status for if you pass the CPC exam with a 90% or higher, and they do publish that, I believe, still in Healthcare Business Monthly magazine. Now, how soon are you going to get your results? This might be changing too as well. Typically, it's historically been 7 to 10 business days, but we're seeing more with the online remote proctors that people are saying they're getting them in 24, 48 hours. And it wouldn't shock me if with the exam centers, they are available immediately, but that again has not been confirmed. That's just my best guess. However, there may be some instances where maybe if they see an unusual exam pattern or something looks askew, that the AAPC might want to lay eyes on that before submitting a grade. Now, when you're taking the live remote proctor, one other thing I want to stress is that you do have to have certain computer requirements. You want to make sure that your system's up to date, that you have a strong internet connection. You have to show your task manager to show that you don't have other applications open. You are not allowed to have a second monitor or third monitor or any extra monitors plugged in, and that you have to have an external webcam, meaning that not the webcam when you flip your laptop open, that little webcam that's in there, it has to be external, because you have to be able to move your camera around and show them everything that's going on. I also recommend a small tripod. Sometimes you have selfie sticks that you can just screw them onto. If you have one, great. If not, I will link below the ones that I recommend. I only say this because you do have to be at a certain angle where they can see what everything that's going on. So since you only have your books and that's all that's allowed on the table, there's not a lot of wiggle room with like just taking an external camera and sticking it on top of a bookshelf or something. So I hope that helped cover some of your top questions about the CPC exam. If you have any more, definitely let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to sign up for SelectCoder for the free trial, again linked below. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, just keep on coding on.